Peace and blessings. It's Wednesday, January the 30th, the year 2019. 32 years ago, Patrick Hoffman went to prison for the murder of Lou Mallard. Not only did Patrick Hoffman go to prison, but his father, Elmer Hoffman, also went to prison, and Elmer Hoffman has now died in prison. Patrick Hoffman has maintained his innocence the entire time. He claims that the ballistics testing proved that the bullet that killed Lou Mallard did not come from his gun, and he's maintained his innocence the entire time. He also claims there are people that know that he is innocent, and yet he has sat in prison for 32 years. He has started recently, in the past 6 months, year or so, to proclaim his innocence on phone calls to me, where I publish them on YouTube. He has a wife named Agnes from Belgium. She speaks English, but it is not her first language, and she is trying everything she can to bring awareness and attention to her husband, Patrick Hoffman, who has been sitting in prison for 32 years. The son of Lou Mallard, Josh Mallard, has recently began leaving comments on the YouTube channel and the YouTube videos where we publish Patrick Hoffman's voice from prison. I've tried to be very sensitive to that, and I've tried to ask Josh Mallard if he would like to have a list of questions he would like posed to Patrick Hoffman, or if he would have a list of statements. He has declined that request. He simply says that there was a trial and Patrick Hoffman was found guilty, although I put no credibility in our criminal justice system. I know that these trials in America are shams, and I believe nobody gets a fair trial in America. And so I don't hold the fact that there was a guilty verdict as the deciding factor whether I believe Patrick Hoffman is guilty or not. Also, Josh Mallard has made the statement that he doesn't care if it was Patrick Hoffman that pulled the trigger. That the fact, from Josh's perspective, he said the fact that they created a situation where his father was called out to the home, and that the whole situation resulted in his death, that he believes that everybody that caused that situation is responsible for the death of Lou Mallard. Now, I certainly do not agree with that position. I think that's a wrong position. And you could say, well, that's very similar to saying that the people who manufacture guns are responsible for the murders that the guns create. Lou Mallard knew his job as a police officer. He knew what he was signing up for. And I believe that the one who pulled the trigger should be responsible for the murder of Lou Mallard, not just because there was a situation that he was called at and died, therefore you blame it upon Patrick Hoffman and his father, Elmer, who's also now dead and died in prison. Also, Josh Mallard has made it very well known that he plans on calling the prison and making Patrick's life absolute hell, which apparently he has done, because the guards recently raided the jail cell of Patrick Hoffman and confiscated all his belongings, and it appears that Josh Mallard has made good on his promise to harass and make life harsh, even harsher, for Patrick Hoffman. So there was a video put out today, I think it was close to 40 minutes, where Patrick Hoffman addresses Josh Mallard and some of the positions that Josh Mallard has taken. But also now we have a letter from Agnes.
I'll read it.
Oh, would you like to read it? My wife is going to read it, and keep in mind that Agnes's first language is...
She speaks many languages.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Josh, you want to laugh at the medicine
gotta make
bear
it-
because he's
This is-
behind bars in prison? You want to be the little boy that is sticking the stick through the bars, provoking the bear and stuff? Everything is fun and games until your arms come off, and then it's a different story, isn't it? My, how the laughter goes in a different direction. He who digs a pit for others falls in himself. A curt answer from me about your writings. You are, with your pronouncement, driving yourself in a tight corner. Now people know that you are an unstable person, and with that your origin, people will have questions about your father too, thinking the apple never falls far from the tree. You're degrading and call down curses upon yourself and your father. Let him rest in peace. In our letters, I wanted to help you, set you good words, but you show with your anger, hate, that you are just a cursed nuisance. What about the kids whose fathers died in prison? Innocent? They don't make so many noise about as you do. You, Josh, don't like to bring your family down on a world stage, but to keep an innocent man in prison is okay. You are gonna pay the piper, thanks to yourself and the hate inside you, and you are so proud of, as you wrote to me. Well, I'm telling you, you will destroy your family with your hate and yourself. Be happy with your 100% pure hate, as you wrote to me last year. The Constitution says we have the right to defend ourselves, home, family, from all that threaten us, even the government. That is why we own guns. If they would break in and threaten my family, there would be bloodshed, even if I did not make it. We have the right to protect our homes from any enemy of foreign threat. Written by an American as answered by a man who was incarcerated 24 years, innocent, and got free by an honest lawyer. That was written by Agnes. She's the wife of Patrick, and she recommends you don't poke the bear because you bring down curses on yourself. And if you ask me, this is a very immature young man who is poking the bear. Thanks for listening. Have a nice day.